Switched it up. On the text, bring it out and there we go.
Yo, Herobust was the shit. Love that show, man. That was awesome. So glad I went to that. That was like my third Herobust concert. But today, we're going to start off with the overhead press. It is shoulder day, so you want to knock out the heavy sets first. Overhead press, honestly, in my whole workout career, I never ever stressed on these because I enjoy doing the bench military press where you're on the dumbbells or the barbell against on a seat, which you're going to see in a second. But I just started doing these and I worked my way up to 135. It's a whole different story from the seated dumbbell presses, and it actually consists of a lot of muscle engagement to just get the bar up. 135 is actually one of the heaviest I can do with this, so I'm just going to lower the weight and I'm going to rep out these 115s until I get stronger. You got to start somewhere, right? But before this clip is over, let's talk about form. You see how my hands are placed? I'm probably using just a finger closer grip, but I feel like a half an inch more would have been perfect form because I'm a little too wide right now. Now we're going to move on to the seated dumbbell military press. This is a staple for a lot of people in the gym when you're doing shoulders, and you got to hit this first. It hits all heads of the shoulders and it's going to fatigue everything, so you're ready to do all the accessory workouts. The overhead press and the dumbbell military press are essential for anyone's shoulder workout. You can either do it at the beginning or at the very end to confuse your muscles. Typically I'll do about 3 to 4 sets, and then we're going to end with a drop set after I do the 90-pound weights. Just always try to get stronger and just use a weight that you can control. You don't want to go too heavy because this is very prone to injury. You don't want to go too heavy. You're going to get rotary cuff issues in a heartbeat, and we don't want that to happen. So this is after we've already done overhead press, so I got this for 4 reps. I feel like I can hit 100-pound dumbbells next time. Yeah, if I could do 4 of these after all those other exercises, I think I'd be good. Now we just drop set it to 55. Just picked any number, just pick a lighter weight and get some good reps in. Nice and deep. Now we're moving on to the side lateral raises. I feel like this hits the side of the shoulder very well. It's the side that you can see right here in the video. And then a little bit of the traps. I like to keep my elbows back because if I do keep them forward, it'll work too much of my traps, and I want to really hit that side wall of my shoulders. And as you can see, I'm keeping them slightly bent. Of course, you can stick your arm straight out if you're using a 5-pound or 10-pound weight, but when you move up to, let's say, 45 pounds, like I'm about to do in this next clip, you have to have a little bend in your shoulder so your joints don't hurt. The idea is just feel the contraction. You're going to see in my other shoulder workouts, I don't really have completely straight arm form. It's always bent. You might also notice I'm doing these seated. This increases the intensity by a lot, and it prevents body sway, and it really helps you keep everything even because you don't want to be sagging to a side, or you might not even know it. The bench will keep your body straight and give you good posture. Now, I don't like to slouch over. I usually just stick my chest up high and bend my back in. At this point, these 45-pound dumbbells, they're getting really heavy, and you can see my form starting to suck. So we're going to do a little drop set back to the 30s, and we're going to finish out a good old set. If you haven't noticed, I basically drop set on every exercise. This right here is essential for building some strong, thick front delts. I always want to get that 3D delt appearance, so I always stress on these. And you might see people doing this with a grip that is closer than that, and that might be one of your questions. Why do people grip close, and why do people grip wide? Well, there really is no difference. The only difference is do you want your wrists to hurt or not? So if they're in much closer grip, then your wrists are going to have more twisting and torquing. They just don't really bend that way. When they're almost a little wider than shoulder width apart, it's much easier on the joints. I'm not really gripping hard. I'm just kind of using my hands as hooks. And then that allows my wrists to move freely, and I can just pull up naturally. So I'll put 135 on this. It's actually very difficult. But we're going to drop set down to the last 25 plate, and it'll end the set. But you want to challenge yourself. Get the heaviest weight, and once you think that's the heaviest you can do, just continue the set and take off the weight, and then continue more reps of lower weight. And this is another variation of what we just did on the Smith machine. So as you can see, I got a light grip. I'm just using my hands as hooks. Shoulder width grip, so it's easy on my joints. And I'm just pulling it up with bent arms. But I still want there to be a difference in between the Smith machine workout and this workout. So instead of having it closer to my body like we did on the Smith machine, I have this about 1.5 feet away from my chest. My arms are still bent, but it's still distanced away from my torso. These are essential for building large delts. If you want large calves, large biceps, large front deltoids, you have to hit them frequently. And as you can see, I'm doing multiple exercises for the same muscle, but with different variations because I want those extra aesthetics. Now we're on to the rear deltoid exercises. This is just a rope pull down. keep your elbows locked. There's minimal elbow movement for me, and you might be used to doing tricep workouts similar to this, which we'll be doing after this video clip, but for this, do not move your elbows and focus on the contraction in your rear deltoids. That's the muscle near your neck and your traps.
Yeah. I bought like 6 packs of chicken, some packs of asparagus.
Keep your legs close together so you can pull the rope past your legs for that extra depth. We're all about range of motion this year. Doing the right form, getting that long range, and of course, trying to increase the weight while doing those things. Decided to try something new, use this V grip. That's usually used for triceps, but now we're just pulling it towards the crotch and getting a different squeeze. I felt this more in the middle of my back, my upper back, where my traps were, and actually kind of liked it. This right here is a tricep exercise. It's working on that the short head, where that sharp part of the horseshoe is. So it really accentuates on that part. I like doing this one, honestly, and I wouldn't have known if my workout partner Paris didn't suggest it. You know, you gotta be open. You have to have an open mind. You know, after 9 years of lifting, I'd say about 3 to 4 years, I thought I knew everything and I had it all figured out. But as you get older into your workout career, you mature more and kind of accept the fact that your body's always evolving and you're going to need new styles and techniques and things to switch it up. We're switching off to triceps, and then we're going to do some biceps after this, because you know, my goal for this year, I'm trying to get 19-inch arms. You know, people think it's not possible with the statistics and my height and whatnot, but I think I can do it. Alright, I'm done talking. Time for some music. About to go out. It's Saturday, January 30th, and I'm rocking the black leather jacket with the top man long sleeve, some gray jeans, and my Louboutins. What up?
They're being vicious beasts. That's why Brady does not enjoy waiting rooms. At the doctor,
Just like all the other YouTubers.
that's why Brady.
Let's take it out. Let's like unscrew. Be careful. I know, and I'm like, they should do it. Yeah, you need to tell me. I mean, this shit is scary. you want Kahlua or you want the whipped cream? Or you want both? Got the whipped vodka with orange juice. You guys want your